Hey, what's up, people? J-Dub here with my WWE Elimination Chamber review. Full results. If you're unsubscribed, go ahead and click that yellow button up there. Remember to type down in the comment section below your thoughts, your opinions, your views, all of that good stuff. Okay, I'll say for the most part, this pay-per-view was boring as hell. It was sandwiched in between the both of the Elimination Chamber matches. The Raw Chamber match started off the show. SmackDown Elimination Chamber ended the show. I do think both of those matches were good. SmackDown Elimination Chamber, it was that was a great match. Raw, that one was just good. So I do think SmackDown was better than Raw. But starting off with Raw, it started off with Kofi Kingston and Sheamus in the ring together. You know, no one was eliminated up until the point where all 6 guys, you know, were able to get in the ring. So all 6 guys were in the ring. First guy eliminated was Randy Orton, and a shocker, he was eliminated by Ted DiBiase Jr. You know, after teaming up on people like Triple H in the match, you know, Ted DiBiase ends up turning on Randy Orton with help from Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes down to the ring with a pipe in hand. He hands off the pipe to Ted DiBiase. Ted takes out Randy Orton. He takes out John Cena. Now, both guys are laid out on the mat, so Ted DiBiase has a choice on who to pin. He goes to pin his fellow Legacy member, Randy Orton, eliminates him from the match. Then Ted gets eliminated by Kofi Kingston with the Trouble in Paradise. Then Kofi Kingston ends up getting eliminated by Sheamus. Then Sheamus gets the pedigree from Triple H, gets eliminated. John Cena hits the STFU on Triple H. Triple H taps out. Match is over and done with. John Cena is your new WWE champion for about less than 5 minutes, because Vince McMahon comes down to the ring and he's like, John Cena, congratulations, you made it to WrestleMania if you can defeat Batista. Batista comes down to the ring, totally, you know, takes advantage of John Cena in, you know, a lower physical state, hits him with the Batista bomb, pins him, 1, 2, 3, Batista walks out of Elimination Chamber, your new WWE champion. I didn't really like this because I'm like, what the hell? Like, I didn't want John Cena to win. You know, I don't really care for Batista, so I damn sure didn't want him to win. But I will be anticipating what comes of, you know, Batista being a new WWE champion, and also Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes conspiring to eliminate Randy Orton. Now, we'll be anticipating both of these things. While I think the Raw Elimination Chamber was kind of lacking from an action standpoint, you did have one, like, big point in the match where Kofi Kingston vaults over the ropes, you know, from inside of the ring, vaults to outside of the ring, and you know, takes out you know, all of the guys that were, you know, out there. That was about the most memorable action point of the match. Other than that, nothing was memorable. Like, the action was kind of lacking, but the, you know, storylines, like I said, what's going to happen with John Cena, Batista, and Vince McMahon, what's going to happen with Ted DiBiase, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes' legacy, that's what made this match good, you know, the anticipation of what's to come. Second match of the night, Intercontinental Championship match, Drew McIntyre versus Kane. This match, it was kind of boring. I'm not going to say it was horrible. It was just a boring match. You know, we had Drew McIntyre doing the same things that he does all of the time, trying to run away from the match. You know, his opponent brings him back down. He gives the opponent the thumb to the eye while the referee is distracted. He hits the finisher on Kane, pins him 1, 2, 3, retains his championship. Nothing special happened here whatsoever. Moving on to the next match, which also nothing special happened in this match. Michelle McCool and Layla versus Gail Kim and Maurice. It was supposed to be a Divas Championship match between Gail Kim and Maurice, but Vicky Guerrero, I don't know how the hell she had any jurisdiction over this, but anyway, she comes down to the ring, says she was going to postpone the Divas Championship match once again. And by the way, when the hell are they going to get a Divas champion? Not to say that anybody cares about the Raw Divas, not to say that anybody gives a damn about the Divas Championship, but if you're going to have a championship, have a champion. Like, this championship has been vacated for almost 2 months, and they haven't even, you know, they've had a tournament and all, and they've scheduled these matches, you know, time after time, and it's always being postponed. Like, what does this mean for the Divas Championship? What does this mean for the Raw Divas? Like, what is WWE telling us? Oh, the Raw Divas aren't good enough to have a fucking championship. You know, if you said that, I would believe it, because, you know, it seems to be true. Because, you know, hey, let's face it, the Raw Divas suck. But anyway, going on to, I'm not even going to talk about this match. Michelle McCool and Layla end up winning. They, you know, totally decimated Gail Kim in the match. Maurice didn't even, you know, wasn't even tagged in. She, like, slapped Gail Kim at one point, or pushed her, or punched her, or whatever the hell she did, you know, and Gail Kim ends up being pinned. Michelle McCool and Layla win the match. Moving on. we have a United States Championship match, The Miz versus MVP. And, somebody schooled me on the logic behind this match, because MVP, he was, talking with The Miz backstage, and he says, oh, since me and Mark Henry beat you in the Big Show this past Monday, that entitles me to a United States Championship match. Huh? How the fuck did that make any sense? How did, beating the tag team champions in a tag match entitle you to a singles championship, which just happens to be held by one half of the tag champions? Like, if anything, it should have entitled you and Mark Henry to a tag team championship match. So that didn't make any sense to me. And yeah, I think before this match, you had Edge come down to the ring, and first William Regal came down to the ring. Like, why in the hell William Regal? Like, what? Edge comes down, and basically this was a way to waste time and basically announce that Edge was going to be, Edge was going to tell which champion he was going to be choosing to face at WrestleMania tomorrow on Raw. But a lot of stuff that happened in this pay-per-view didn't make sense. But anyway, The Miz ends up defeating MVP. Like I said, nothing special. Again, with everything else, nothing special really happened. Big Show interfered in the match. He ends up helping The Miz retain his United States Championship. On to the final and best match of the night, the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match, it was a damn good match. Unlike the Raw Elimination Chamber, they didn't wait for all of the guys to get into the ring to, start the eliminations. The first two guys in the ring, CM Punk and R-Truth. CM Punk, he gives a promo while he's going down to the ring. He gets into the ring. Him and R-Truth start off the match. He ends up eliminating R-Truth before anybody else, is even, released into the ring. Then Rey Mysterio comes out. They have a great exchange, CM Punk and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio ends up eliminating CM Punk. Then Jericho comes out. Then, we have Morrison come out, and I have to give I'm not going to stand up, but you get the point. I have to give a standing ovation to John Morrison in this match. He held his own, and even though he may not have won, he still gets an A+ for effort. He's mixing it up with, everybody except R-Truth and him were either current or former world champions. So John Morrison, he definitely has to get a, praise for this match. Hopefully something good comes out of this for him. And at a couple of points in the match, they did have a kayfabe injury of his right ankle. It came into play a couple of points in the match, but a lot of people were thinking that Shawn Michaels was going to replace him. I guess that was kind of like a red herring, because that didn't actually happen, even though Shawn Michaels had a big point in this match. So, like I said, Jericho came out, Morrison came out. The match was, at this point, the match was great. You had Morrison in the match. You had Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, Chris Jericho. Mysterio was the next person to get eliminated, so it was down to 3 people: Morrison, Jericho, and Taker. The match was, it was just great at this point. It was excellent. You actually had Morrison and Jericho teaming up to take out, Undertaker, but it did not work because Morrison ends up getting choke slammed onto the steel floor outside of the ring. Undertaker, brings him back into the ring, gives him the rest in peace pin. John Morrison is out of the match. Then it comes down to Chris Jericho and Taker. They have a great exchange, these two. But then, out of nowhere, Shawn Michaels comes up from the outside of the ring. He opens up this steel grate. He comes up, sweet chin music to the Undertaker. Chris Jericho is looking around like, what the hell happened? I'm like, pin him. Just pin him. Just don't give a fuck about what happened. You can wonder about what happened after you won the championship. So he ends up finally pinning the Undertaker, wins the championship. 1, 2, 3. Chris Jericho is your new World Heavyweight Champion. Undertaker got screwed out of the World Heavyweight Championship by Shawn Michaels. So it looks like it might be Chris Jericho versus Edge. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Even though I did not want to see that match, it was still good last year. So if that's the way that WWE ends up going with this one, more power, to them. I would much rather see Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. But yeah, I am J-Dub. Peace out. Oh yeah, and yeah, I think I've said. Yeah, Elimination Chamber, it kind of sucked ass for the most part. The Raw Elimination Chamber was good. SmackDown Elimination Chamber was good. Besides that, nothing special whatsoever about this pay-per-view. I'll probably give it a, a 6.5. Peace out.